Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village, and I've actually got my hands on a brand new golf ball that is taking the golf industry by storm. And this is the signature, KIRKLAND signature golf ball by Costco. So Matthew Woodcock, who is in the USA from New York, actually sent me a dozen of these golf balls to test. And I thought, you know what, I'm hearing so much news about these KIRKLAND signatures, I've got to give it a go. So many of us, and I'm very guilty of this, we stick with the same brand golf ball for many, many years. Either top names, a Titleist or a Callaway, which I'm going to use in this review video. We kind of stick with those names that we know about, but there's so many golf balls coming out in the market now, unnamed, unknown brands that are bringing out golf balls. And it's like, well, why are they so much cheaper? What is the difference? Because they're saying the performance is the same. So I want to test that theory. I actually want to see if that's the case. This golf ball was first brought to my attention by the guys at My Golf Spy. They did a test on this against the Pro V1 and saw some great results. I'll actually put the link in below. You can actually see that for yourself. But I wanted to test it myself against my current golf ball that I use when I play. I use the Callaway Chrome Soft, which I've had in my bag for about a year now. So I wanted to see how it compared to that. Now, golf ball testing is so individual, it's unreal. So the data I'm going to give you today is based on me hitting golf balls. I've tried to make the whole experiment as closed as possible. I've pulled the simulator across inside. I'm hitting on GC2 HMT. I'm going to use the same golf club across every ball test that I do this year. I'm going to keep certain golf clubs just for golf ball testing. And I've really gone into the depths of actually how can we make this the most comparable comparison ever for me. And remember this is me swinging the golf club how I swing it, not for you guys, because everyone swings it differently. So I want to give you some data about what I'm finding, but also giving you some idea about the golf ball, maybe the durability of it, maybe the softness of it as well. I'm also going to use this beast to cut these golf balls in half and see what's inside them. Stay tuned to the end of the video as well, because I'm actually going to look at picking 3 golfers to test these golf balls for me. So stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll tell you how you can enter that. So let me start off with the idea that I needed to test it against something. And because I use the Callaway at the moment, I wanted to test this golf ball, the KIRKLAND signature, against the Callaway. So I've gone and done 4 tests. I've done shots with driver, aiming at swinging at 110 miles per hour, striking it in the middle and seeing what the results are. I then also did the same test with a 7-iron, trying to hit them full, hit them out the middle, same swing speed. I hit 100-yard shots to see what spin characteristics we're getting from them, different, and also 50 yards wedge shots. I've done all that testing already, so I'm going to go through the data now. I've actually not properly looked through it myself, so this is going to be quite interesting. And I'm also going to give you a bit of an idea of feel of these 2 golf balls. I will take the KIRKLAND signature out on the golf course and play with it, because until I actually play a full round of golf with it, see what the durability is like, see what the feel is around the green, it's only really ball data I'm going to be able to show you here. And what I'm feeling from a test that I used to do as a kid, I used to bite golf balls to see how soft they felt. So let's go into the idea of what is new with this KIRKLAND signature. Let's get the box. The box is just a plain black one, looks very low cost because it is. These golf balls are selling for $15 a dozen in the US, which in the UK translates to somewhere around £1 per golf ball, which is super cheap compared to some of the top brands. It's claiming it is a 4-piece golf ball with a urethane cover golf ball. The box is so simple, it's untrue. So it's got a core with a soft touch durable urethane cover for greenside control. I'm going to bite that. It does feel soft. I can get my teeth in that. It does feel soft. Then there's a mantle, which is a super fast mantle that works with the cover to optimize spin and energy transfer. Then there is an outer core, then there is a core. But really, we need to actually see what's inside this golf ball. So I've got this instrument. If I cut my fingers off, please post them back to me and hopefully we can get them fixed. Already, we see loads of different colors. We see exactly what we're seeing on the box. The mantle, the cover, the mantle, the outer core and the core are all involved in that. So you can actually see the 4-piece construction going into that ball. Let me cut the Callaway open so we can actually see what that looks like in comparison. Yeah, the Callaway is just a 3-piece construction. It doesn't actually say much on the box, apart from the fact that it's long, straight, low spin. We get all the same ideas on every single box. Every single ball does the same. Long off the tee, soft feel, and excellent control. So you can see the difference between the two there, with the Kirkland on the right and the Callaway on the left. The actual difference in the inside of the golf ball is you can definitely see the Kirkland with it being a 4 cover. The idea with a 4 cover is all those different layers are supposed to react differently depending on what shot you're hitting. Whether it's a driver, it's transferring weight into the energy into the golf ball, or a wedge shot when it's not quite so much energy, taking that out and turning it into spin. Okay, so let's dive into the data. I'm going to go with driver first. How I carried out this test, I hit 5 golf shots with each golf ball, alternating each time, and actually picked 3 of the best shots. And when I say best shots, I mean best for the test, not my best ever shot. So I wanted all shots to carry 100 miles per hour, 110 miles per hour club head speed, and strikes that came out of the middle of the club face. And then these are the data that we got from those 3 particular golf shots. We see that the Kirkland Signature actually carried 1 yard further than the Callaway. That is nothing. Absolutely nothing, not even measurable. But interestingly, I was getting much slower ball speed out of Kirkland, much slower, 2 miles per hour slower, but lower spin rate, therefore getting that distance because the launch was slightly higher. So the launch was actually coming out a smidgen higher, lower spin, but with less ball speed, it was actually gaining distance, which was very interesting to see. I'll show you the club data there so you can see that for yourselves. The Kirkland Signature, on average of the 3, just struck slightly higher on the face, which is definitely something to consider. I was trying to get those strikes as close as I could, but you can see that slightly higher. So has that brought the spin down a little bit? Potentially, yes. Club head speed there, you can see the Kirkland Signature when I was hitting it with the driver was a tiny bit slower. By the way, all of the driver shots I hit with a Callaway Epic Sub-Zero 10-degree driver in the Aldila Rogue shaft. I'm going to use that driver for every ball test I do in this studio throughout this year. Even if I'm using that driver or not, that's the driver I will use every single test. Apart from that, you can kind of not see a great deal of difference. Almost no difference at all. So that was the driver. Let's move into the irons, and I hit a 7-iron, which was actually the Ping eye blade. And I've actually got an eye blade that's almost brand new. I've never even hit it. So that's what I tested all of the shots on today with an eye blade that I'd almost never hit. Couldn't believe the similarities in carry distance. The carry distance was identical, 165 on both Callaway Chrome Soft and the Kirkland Signature. Spin rate was almost identical. Callaway was just spinning a tiny bit higher. But the launch angle again for the Kirkland was ridiculously higher, 3 degrees higher, 3 degrees. Considering the ball speed is the same, and the strike location again is so close to each other. That launch angle for the Kirkland, that is really much, much higher. And therefore the descent angle was coming in lower down, and that ball will probably stop quicker. Let me see, actually, was that showing that on the... Yeah, actually, the Kirkland Signature, even though it carried 165, it stopped 2 yards shorter. So that's very interesting to see. The spin rates were very similar, but it was going higher. The Kirkland golf ball was definitely going higher. Let's then move down to the wedges. I did 100-yard wedge shots. So 100-yard wedge shots. Now here, the similarities in carry distance, flight, everything are equal. Absolutely perfectly equal. The carry distance on the Callaway and the Kirkland, I meant to do this. I hit 5 and I picked 3 of them that were going to average around the 100 mark. 100 carry on both of the shots, or both of the golf balls. But interestingly, Kirkland had 1,000 more RPM spin. That is a lot. The Callaway at 10,000, the Kirkland at 11,000. 11,000, which is pretty impressive. You'll see here, carry and total, there's a bit of a discrepancy there, because one of the carry distances on the simulation software, and I'll show it you, actually hit the flag and then rolled back off the green to 93 yards. That wasn't spin, that was just the flag. So I can't really give you the total, but the carry distances there were the same, and with higher spin, you're going to imagine that Kirkland's going to stop a little bit quicker. We see again the data, I'll show you all the data. You can see club head speed a little bit faster with the Kirkland on that occasion, low and slightly off the bottom with both strike points, which is where I strike at my wedge to get the most spin. Again, very, very similar. And then going into finally the 50-yard shots I did. 50 yards, 50 yards. We see less spin, weirdly, with the Kirkland. 50 yards and 50 yards carry, again, much higher flighted with the Kirkland than the Callaway. Same everything else, just lower spin with a 50-yard shot. So I was finding I was getting more spin with a 100-yard shot, but less with a 50-yard shot. Durability is something I want to cover because I hit those shots. I hit both golf balls then 20 times each with full shots, drivers and wedges. The one that came out the most battered was definitely the Kirkland. The durability on it is nowhere near as good. I'm not that impressed with the durability. There's quite a lot of scratch marks already, considering that I was hitting into a simulator, and the only thing in its defence, the wedge grooves was sharp and brand new, so that might have just been why it cut up a lot, but quite a lot of external damage on the cover of that golf ball with the Kirkland. So I would question how long it's going to be durable for. Are you paying extra because the price point is a little bit higher, therefore the cover is a little bit more durable? Softness, I definitely feel like the Kirkland is softer even when I bite it. So for me, that Kirkland is definitely softer than the Callaway to touch, and I would presume that's going to relate back into chipping and putting, which is still a massive factor when you're considering a new golf ball. I will take the golf balls out onto the golf course, the Kirkland and the Callaway. I'll actually play with them in the course vlogs coming soon, and in the course vlog I'll talk about the actual softness of it. I think it's much better in a real life scenario when I've played with the golf ball a little bit more to give that idea, but I wanted to give some data on the shots. Considering the price point, the only thing I'm seeing that's different is the durability of this cover. I don't feel like the durability of the Kirkland cover, just on initial testing, is anywhere near as good as the Callaway, considering the shots are different and there's hardly any damage apart from the ball's in half now. It's hardly any damage on that particular ball. I used the same ball for all the tests as well. I didn't swap ball, I used the same ball every time. So very interesting. I find that was, for me, if I was looking at actually investing in this ball, would a little bit of scratching put me off a ball that was 3 times less price? Absolutely not. Performance, I'm seeing great performance from that Kirkland. I really am. I was really impressed with that. The Callaway had great performance too, but for the price point, you cannot beat that Kirkland. I don't believe these are available in the UK yet. I think they're only in the US and they're really difficult to get hold of. I was saying before at the start of the video, who wants to test these golf balls? I want some testers. Anywhere in the world you can test these. I'm going to send you 3 of them, and all I need you to do is fill out a bit of a questionnaire for me towards the end. So comment below with your name, your handicap, your current handicap, where you live in the world, and what golf ball you currently use. And if you don't use any, just say none. I don't use any, any particular brand. But ideally, I want players who actually use a particular style of golf ball, because I want you to take it head to head with your current golf ball. Guys, thanks for watching. Sorry it's a bit long-winded. I was really trying to keep this a lot more condensed, but I jab on and just a lot more detail to go into, but I will make this much more easier to read into going into the future. Now we've got a benchmark of what golf balls we're seeing, we can now start to test more, and I've got loads more to test. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, click thumbs up, comment below if you want to test these golf balls, your name, your handicap, where you live, and what golf ball you currently use. And I'm going to put these on. I need probably a bit of a shelf over there now to put all these new half golf balls on. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.